Dacari, how would you describe the first 3 days of fall camp for you, getting used to the process of how Jeff Brown wants to run things, competing with other wide receivers, etc.?
For me, man, just excited, just to play football again and be back out there and getting to meet new guys and build that chemistry. And I think that's big. Just leading up to the season, we're gonna have to lean on each other, and I think that's just something that's been pretty good and just having fun. So, yeah.
So about having Colin Lacey and Chris Bell out there, iron sharpens iron type of thing. How's it out there working out with them?
Yeah, that's good, man. I've been to 3 schools. This is my 3rd one. Just working with them guys is really no different from any other place. Just being with some guys that want to work and be great. And I think that's something big for us, and especially for our position. I think that our position alone will take our team far, and that's just something we look forward to.
Dacari, kind of building off of that, it being your 3rd school, it's also your 3rd ACC school. Does that kind of help with the overall transition, knowing that you're going to another school in the same conference?
I wouldn't just say just about the conference. I think it depends on the offense, but it helped me out kind of, just because it's similar to a pro style. Just terminology is different, so just learning that and getting my playbook this summer and just repping it. I think that just helps me a lot. It takes me far.
Dacari, what's it been like to build a rapport with Miller Moss, and what have you been seeing for these first few days, at least, from him in camp?
I'm a leader. I'm a guy that wants to win, compete. Somebody that's excited for the season. He's about his stuff and he knows his stuff, and he helps us. We meet. We could watch film, so he helps us with our plays and help us do our job, so it makes it easier for him.
You said a lot of things are similar. Have you noticed any differences since being here?
Yeah, a lot of pass plays. So that's pretty fun, and I'm just very excited to get going. I just like Coach Brom's offense. It's explosive, and it gives his guys the opportunity to show what they can do.
You played against a lot of good receivers at Clemson and NC State. How do you feel like they've kind of shaped who you are, influences that you take in, and there are specific ones that you kind of look to for guidance or as an example of what you want to do?
I played with a lot of guys, from like Justin Ross to like Frank Lasson, EJ Williams. So just being around guys like Joe, just being around a lot of older guys and just seeing how they handle themselves off the field and on the field. And I think that has helped me, just be a part of my team and make any kind of impact I can. I feel like anywhere I've been, I've played or I earned the starting position. So just competing every day and trying to be the best me.
What is it like working under Coach Branch?
It's pretty cool, man, to have a guy, who's a Super Bowl MVP. Not only that, he played the position, so why not want to learn from somebody who's been there, who's done it. He brings energy to the room every morning, just getting on us, helping us learn our plays. He just brings that energy. I like him. He's a good person about the right stuff, and can't wait to work with him.
How deep do you think this wide receiver room is?
I think we're deep, man. Everybody across the board works their butt off. We here every day all summer. We worked out twice a day. We run twice a day. So just conditioning, just working out with everybody. Everybody's on the same page, and everybody can fill in. If somebody goes down.
You've had a lot of coaches through your career, but is there anything about Dion that really maybe separates him or makes him different, or anything kind of funny even that he does with this group?
I say he's my only coach that made it that far. I had Tyler Grisham. He made it to the Steelers. But Deion Branch being at that type of level, it's a different level, and he just knows football. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of it is just secondhand nature for him, and I think that kind of helps me out sometimes, especially on the field if he sees something or if just anything, a coverage or a certain type of route I need to run. Like he's always quick relaying that message to me and helping me.
You mentioned Justin Ross. How much do you still get to talk to him?
Not as much. I speak to him maybe like once or twice a year. He was my travel roommate when I was at Clemson, so that was pretty cool to experience and just be a part of. And we had a good year that year. So to say, we had a bad year, but we went 10-3. So that was pretty cool. He's a good guy, he's about the right stuff, and he's a grinder, as you can see. He went undrafted, but he's working his butt off for the Chiefs.
I asked Trey Sean about the playbook. Obviously, Ron Playbook heard a lot about how complex it is and how many plays there are to learn. What was your first reaction when you saw it, and how have you kind of learned it?
It wasn't overwhelming. I'd say just happy to have a lot of options and different just different routes and stuff to run to give myself opportunity to get open and get the ball.
Dacari, you mentioned, and I think it's kind of interesting how you guys had a bad year at Clemson at 10-3. I guess coming to Louisville now with the standard set by Jeff Brom, what is that standard, and what is considered a good year for this squad? It doesn't have to be the win and loss total, but what to you defines a good season with this group?
Well, I say it's about Coach Brown. You know, he's a competitor. He likes to win. He brings that tenacity. He wears his shirt every day that says "Run a race in such a way to win," and I think that stands out to me. And I think that could be implicated to our team. Just to go out there and do your best and compete. We want to win, but at the end they just need to compete and just show that.
All right, perfect.
Thank you.